Basic Darkroom Techniques. Part 1. Developing Black and White Film. Since the turn of the century, people have been developing their own black and white film. But the idea of exposing silver chemicals to light has been around for a lot longer. In 1727, Johann Schultz discovered that silver chemicals darken when exposed to light. Modern black and white photographic films are much more sensitive and permanent than Schultz's shadowgraphs, but the basic idea for photography is unchanged. Black and white film has two primary layers. One consists of a clear, plastic, cellulose acetate base, approximately 3/1000ths of an inch thick, which is made from several types of plants. The second primary layer is the much thinner emulsion layer, which contains light-sensitive silver crystals. The silver crystals are prepared from several chemicals. Among them are silver, nitric acid, potassium bromide, and potassium chloride. The gelatin in which the crystals are suspended is made from animal hides and bones and is spread very evenly onto the film base. Most films also contain an anti-halation coating on the opposite side of the base, which keeps light from bouncing around within the film when it is being exposed. This cuts down undesirable blurring effects. Sometimes this anti-halation coating contains a dye which can be seen when the film is first rinsed in the processing sequence. Black and white film processing darkens the silver crystals which were exposed to light and makes them part of the permanent negative image. Crystals not exposed to light are made soluble and are washed out of the film in the processing sequence. Processing black and white film is not difficult and does not require expensive equipment. The most important piece of equipment is the film developing tank. There are three principal kinds. Each uses a different loading system. The easiest daylight tank to load is one containing an apron on which the film is rolled. Another type is twist-loaded by twisting each side of the take-up reel to feed the film into the grooves of the reel. It is adjustable for different film widths. The third type is the most difficult to load, but will generally give better results as agitation can be more thorough. The film is slightly buckled with one hand, while the other slowly rotates the metal reel. As exposed film is sensitive to light, loading onto the reel must be done in absolute darkness. It is a good idea to practice loading in daylight with an old piece of film before attempting to load exposed film. Once the film is loaded into the development tank and the cover replaced, the processing sequence can be carried out in normal lighting. In addition to the development tank, you will need a pair of pliers or a bottle opener to open 35mm film cassettes, a pair of scissors to clip the film ends, a graduate to measure solutions, a thermometer to carefully check each solution temperature, a watch or clock to time each processing step, and the film processing chemicals, developer, fixer, and a wetting agent. Film developers are available in liquid forms, which are mixed with water just before using, and in powders, which are first mixed with water into a stock solution. The stock solution is diluted with water just before using. It's a good idea to choose a film developer recommended by the company that makes the film. Follow the printed instructions on the developer package when mixing. Remember that some photographic chemicals may be poisonous and may also cause skin and eye irritations. If you get these chemicals on your skin or in your eye, wash immediately under running water. Like developer, fixer is available in either concentrated solutions or powdered form. Mix either type of fixer with water for a working solution. Keep all of the mixed solutions in clearly labeled bottles, preferably in a dark place. You are now ready to process black and white film. Gather together the needed items for loading the daylight tank. You will need the film, tank with reel and cover, bottle opener, and scissors. If a darkened room is not available, you can load the film using a changing bag. Place all the items in the changing bag and close the zippers. Hands and arms are placed into the two openings and loading is done inside the bag. If you are loading film in a totally darkened room, place each item where you will know its position in the dark. Turn out the lights. The lights have been left on in these pictures so you can see what is demonstrated. Use the pliers or bottle opener to remove the end from a 35mm cassette and then pull out the spooled film. Some types of film have a paper backing, which must be removed before attempting to load the film on the reel. Load the film onto the apron or reel. Then place the loaded reel into the tank. Place the lid on the tank and turn on the lights. There are 3 controls in film processing: temperature, time, and agitation. Each affects how the film develops. All the solutions should be at the same temperature, usually 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Celsius. As is illustrated here, you can use a water bath at the correct temperature to warm or cool your working solutions. Remember to dilute stock solutions to working solutions. Developers are often diluted 1 part developer to 1 part water, 1:1, or 1 part developer to 3 parts water, 1:3. Make certain there is enough working solution to cover the reels in the developing tank. Some tanks require 8 ounces per 35mm reel, others require more. Note that the caps of the tank lids are off now in a lighted room. The film is safe because of the light traps inside the lids, which allow liquids to enter and exit the tank, but do not let in light. First, rinse the film with water which is the same temperature as the other processing solutions. When emptying the tank, hold onto the lid. You wouldn't want to expose the film to light, at least not yet. Start the timer and pour in the developer. Note the pouring angle. Solutions are more easily poured into the tank at a slight angle. Place the cap back on the lid and agitate the tank for 30 seconds, and then place it in the water bath. Agitate the tank about 5 seconds for every 30 seconds of development time. Some tanks can be inverted to agitate. Others are agitated by turning a knob. Proper agitation assures even film development. Develop for the time indicated on the film manufacturer's instruction sheet, usually from 7 to 10 minutes, depending on the film type, developer, temperature, and developer dilution. About 15 seconds before the development time is up, pour out the developer. Hold on to the lid. The next solution is the stop bath, which can be a weak acetic acid water solution or just water. Agitate the stop bath solution for about 15 seconds. Pour off the stop bath. The stop bath stops the action of the developer and prepares the film for the fixer solution. Pour in the fixer. Agitate as you did with the developing solution. The fixer makes soluble any silver crystals not darkened by the developer. Pour out the fixer at the end of the recommended time. The fixer may be reused, so save it. The film is now ready for washing. The lid is removed, and the end of a rubber hose connected to the faucet is placed inside the tank. Or you can simply let a stream of water run into the tank. Be sure that the tank is placed in a sink which can accommodate the runoff water. Keep the water temperature the same as the other solution temperatures. Wash for the recommended time, usually about 20 minutes. You can save water and cut washing time to about 5 minutes by using a hypo clearing agent. First, rinse the film in running water for a minute after pouring off the fixer. Next, treat for 2 minutes in the hypo clearing agent. Then give a 5-minute wash. To keep the film from spotting and help it dry faster, treat in a water bath to which a few drops of wetting agent has been added. Agitate the tank for about 30 seconds. Remove the reel from the tank and the film from the reel. Handle the film carefully because emulsion is very soft when wet and can be easily scratched. Hang the film to dry in a dust-free place. In the next program, we will evaluate the negatives and learn how to make contact prints from them.